Well, we made it into July. We still have some of these herbs that we started. We need to get these in the ground. You'll never guess what I just learned. That this right here is the world's largest herb. I thought it was a tree. No, I haven't gone bananas. We're going to push the zone and we're going to go tropical. Right here, we got volunteer turmeric coming up. I had no idea if I didn't get it all harvested that it would come back simply with the maintenance of mulch that we normally do. Everybody told me this was tropical and you couldn't grow it in zone 7. We've been growing it for a few years. Our friend Jimmy had sent us 5 of the little tubers, and they were even molded in the mail. But we went ahead and cleaned them up, and you can go ahead and go back and look at that. But we planted those, and these are volunteers from those original tubers. We've also given away a whole lot of turmeric, and I know they're growing all over northeastern Oklahoma. Art gave me a pup a couple years ago. We've been hauling this in and out of the garage. Am I going to be able to get bananas in Oklahoma? Well, this experiment starts today. We'll see. Art was able to get bananas this year. It took him a couple years. Now, he would have had a decent harvest if that windstorm hadn't come by and topped it out. But he's making flowers again. Yes, I've got a shovel in the no-dig deep mulch garden. Anytime you're planting anything with a container, you have to dig a hole deep enough, big enough for that plant. So we're going to have to dig a hole. It's not going to be very big, but we'll talk about what we're going to do to protect this over the winter while I get this dug out. Art did inspire me, but so did everybody else that contributes on the Saturday episodes. I had one viewer write in after I was saying we can't control the weather. They were reminding me we can in a microclimate. We already use cold frames to grow through the winter. That principle will remain the same with this banana. Planting bananas in a deep mulch garden. Will it fruit next year? Going tropical in zone 7. Bananas and a whole lot of mulch. This banana was raised indoors. Now it's going to be in the ground. From indoor plant to garden risk. My banana, that's a big leap. Deep mulch versus winter. Can I save this banana? I'm growing bananas in Oklahoma, seriously. Zone 7 banana experiment begins, based on Art's fruiting success. No greenhouse, no problem. If you've got a rock wall, if you've got any kind of windbreak, if you've got deep mulch, a few bales of hay, you can create a climate to grow a tropical garden. I'm trying to push our garden zone. We're in zone 7. I'm knocking it down to 8, maybe 9A. We'll see. And now that we're thinking about it, Bruce had sent me some moringa seeds from his Orlando food forest. We got them growing 2 years ago, but that frost came a little before I could move that inside and I lost it. So I'm thinking we should be able to grow moringa exactly like we're going to grow this banana. As long as we protect those roots, moringa comes back really well once it's cut back. We just got to get those roots established. Almost there. Let's open this up just a little bit more. Yep, I knew my PhD would come in handy. That's boto digger to you. It's been a while since I transferred a tree, well, an herb this big out of a container this big. No guts, no glory. That went much easier than I thought. Okay. Well, if you can see, we've got 1, 2 little pups, This one came on this spring, and this is the main plant. I think we're just going to let this sit in here level like this. I know it's pretty flat on the bottom. I'm pretty confident there. Now, from what I understand, with the banana, it likes the soil pretty well drained. With all the rain that we have, you can see our soil is moist, but it's not sopping wet. And we do have plenty of mulch and life in this top layer. We do have some of the original clay when I got down there a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of backfill around here. I'm also going to add a little mulch as we go. Bananas are heavy, heavy feeders. And they said I needed to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm not sure about that. This is Oklahoma after all. This isn't supposed to grow. But what we're going to do is, if this survives the summer, we're going to put 4 bales of straw or hay right around here, fill this with mulch. We'll probably take it back probably a foot when we cut them back. But then we're going to fill the center. We're going to fill that with more hay and wood chips and leaves. And then we're going to put a top on it to shed rain. And if it snows, that will just be further insulation. But we've shown how the cold frames work as a little microclimate. As long as the ground and the roots do not freeze or get too cold, we should be okay. And then, by next year, we should have bananas. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be the same thing with the moringa. The turmeric is flowered each year. It's just fine. So I'm just going to snug this right in around it. Get the soil and a little bit of the compost. And we're going to water this in good, even though the soil's good and moist. Part of the reason we're going to water it in good is we want to make sure we don't have any air gaps, just like any time you plant anything. But can a banana really survive the winter in Oklahoma? We're going to find out. If you were with me when we topped these out, it's only taken about 10 days to go from pinching them off to rooting them to up potting them to getting them to this big. I'm going to do this pretty quick because you've seen me plant plenty of things and it's getting pretty warm out here. I want to get these in the ground. Now that I got that banana in, just look at those roots. It does not take very long. Basil is one of the easiest plants to propagate. And we sure do like the pesto. And we like using the leaves and not the stems. So we want a lot of basil plants. And see, this one's already branching really good. I could go ahead and probably get 2 more plants off of that one without hurting it. Let's go see if we can't find an open spot or 2 for the rest of these. Well, here's a spot we just planted. We already have an okra coming up. That's good. Now the thing about planting your July seeds, it is warm enough that they're going to germinate much quicker than they do when you try to do it early in the spring. Oh, looks like we got 2. That's great. And if it doesn't look like you have a spot, just off the end of a row always works. Hello, buddy. Thank you. And of course, this is amaranth, and it's going to be tall. The basil's going to get pretty tall, but it's going to be up underneath here, shaded a little bit. I think it's going to be just fine right there. And with your bigger plants, go ahead and mulch heavy around them once you get them in the ground. Second hardest work you're going to do in the garden is eating half a bowl of blackberries before you can get them all picked. Now, we got a pretty good little haul here. A bunch of them still got a little bit of red on them, and the really ripe ones just fell. So I think we did pretty good for not even knowing we were going to pick them today. Now, if you were over here a couple days ago, I said, before you know it, you'll be bringing in pickles, cucumbers. That's a nice one. I got another one over here I want to bring in. The one just a few days ago, we hadn't picked any cucumbers. Now we got enough in the refrigerator. We're eating them every day. We actually got more than we can eat, and it's just beginning. Hardest work you do in the garden. Even though it looks like I'm sweating a little bit, that's just because it's July and it's warm out here. Not too bad planting, but the harvest is going to come on. You can do this too. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.